You're listening to the Real Elevation Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation Podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body. Welcome to the Real Elevation Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative and elevating show for you. I'd like to welcome all first-time listeners to the show, and be sure to stay to the end where I will be sharing all my social media links where you can connect with me as we continue to grow the Real Elevation Podcast community. I'd like to start off by saying real big Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me. We are recording our first podcast of 2025, so thank you for tuning in, and I hope you had a wonderful New Year and a fantastic festive period, however you spent it. I hope you're ready to upskill and upgrade your fitness and your well-being, and this is what we're here doing on the Real Elevation Podcast, helping you to find freedom through fitness as you elevate mind, body, and your well-being. So with that said, we're going to jump into today's episode, which is titled, Your Time is Today. 2 reasons to start your fitness upgrade. Your time is today. 2 reasons to start your fitness upgrade. Now, we know that this time, January, a lot of people take some time out to reflect and allow themselves to refocus on what it is that they want to see achieve. You can call these New Year's resolutions. You hear that saying bandied around all the time, New Year, New Me. But have you thought about why you haven't started before? Have you thought about what's stopping you from taking action and really looking to move forward to your true desired reality? Well, I'm here to remind you that there is no time like the present. The only time that we have really is the present. So it's time to take action. And I'm going to give you 2 real compelling reasons why you should start your fitness upgrade today. So let's jump in. Number 1, your body won't wait. Time is your most valuable asset. Now we know that as we age, muscle mass typically declines, our metabolism slows down, and we can get issues such as joint health that can also deteriorate. So every day that you're waiting and you're not doing anything to invest in your physical well-being, it gets harder and your ability to regain that lost ground diminishes. So it's important that you understand that time is of the essence. Now we know that we can see improvements even as we get older. 70s and 80s, there's lots of studies. You can go out there and research them yourself, that people of whatever age, when they're engaging in regular, consistent physical activity, strength training, cardiovascular training, they will see improvement. So investing in your health now can really boost your well-being. We know we can see a slowdown in the aging process. We know we can see a real boost and an uptick in our energy. And it significantly reduces our risk of certain conditions. We know it can help conditions such as chronic issues such as diabetes, heart disease, and as I mentioned, when we're active, we can see that reduction in any sort of joint pain that we may currently be experiencing through physical exercise, the right structured exercise. We will see improvements. We know that all saying is very, very true. If you don't use it, you will lose it. And I want you to think about movement as your medicine. Yeah, if you don't take anything away from today's episode, I want you to really think about that saying, movement is your medicine. When you're involved in regular, consistent physical activity, that's your medicine, not only for preventing exercise, but maintaining a good level of health. And let me just quickly share this story with you about a client I used to work with a few years back. I used to work at a health club in Leeds, and I may have shared this story before. A gentleman called Glenn, who was new to fitness. He'd had a business, and he said when he came to me for his fitness program after he joined the gym that he wanted to start investing in his health. He'd not done anything before, but he'd gone to start working as semi-retired, still involved in the business, but not as much. So, as I did, as the time of the trainer there, I set him out of the program. And he was consistently coming down to the gym 3, maybe even 4 times a week consistently for the first 3 months. But after a period of time, I did not see him. So I'd see him obviously in the gym quite frequently, but a month went past, 2 months went past, didn't see him. 3 months went past, didn't see him, thought he may have left. Didn't go as far as started to look at his details to see if he'd been swiping into the club or if he was still a member, but I noticed that he wasn't coming down frequently. Anyway, I remember in this particular gym where I was working, this health club, it was a 2-tier gym, and I was working down on the bottom floor. And I remember receiving a call from my colleague who was on the top floor saying, "Can you come up to reception? Someone would like to see you." So I went up to reception and I saw Glenn there. And immediately he outstretched his hand and began to shake my hand vehemently and vigorously saying, "Mike, I just really want to thank you." So I was like, "Oh, good to see you. How have you been? Not seen you for a long period of time." And he went on to explain the reason why I hadn't been down. He went away to his holiday home, which I believe was in Tenerife. But unfortunately, while he was there, he took sick and he caught Legionnaires' disease. So badly so, that he was basically knocking on death's door as he was explaining. And fortunately, he recovered. But once he did recover, he was told by the medical team that if he hadn't invested in his health, if his health levels and fitness levels weren't at the level where they were at that time when he got sick, he would have passed away. So he realized the importance of those 3-4 months of working with myself, training, had set a little bit of an improvement in his health, so much so that when he caught this unfortunate disease, this illness, he survived. So you can see how, for that story there, which I often share, it's very important to invest, because if he didn't have invested, he may not be able to come back into the club and shake my hand. So this is why it's important that you start now. Think about it as an investment. You know, the earlier you start, most of the time with investments, the better it is. So how you can do that, we can look at doing some practical steps, which I'm going to share with now. Firstly, you can think about bookending your day, as we call it. So you start your day with some light movements and also end your day with some simple exercises. You don't have to think about doing things intensely all the time. You could do 5 minutes or 10 minutes of mobility or stretching exercises to take out the tension that you may have experienced and prepare your body for the day ahead. And you can also do that at the end of the day. The other thing it can do to make exercise part of your routine is to plan it in. Don't leave it to chance. Look to schedule in just short workouts. You've heard me talk about before the importance of what we call micro workouts. That's essential to making sure you can keep consistent. So you can plan 3 20-minute sessions in a week. You've often heard me say 90 minutes to 120 minutes a week is what I prescribe my clients to do. And that's enough for them to see improvements, see gains, help them lose weight, get themselves fit, stronger, improve their posture, because it's consistency that we're targeting, not the amount in terms of volume. We're looking at consistent bouts of regular exercise throughout the week. And then obviously looking at tracking can help keep you motivated, and looking at writing down and logging what it is that you've done throughout your week. So bookend your day, plan it and schedule it into your week, and also track and make note of what sort of progress that you're making. 3 simple steps that you can do that's going to help you keep on point and get you in that mood of regular exercise, because we encourage you to start now. Your body won't wait. Time is your most invaluable asset, so it's key to start now. Number 2, momentum builds motivation, and those small steps can create big wins. Now, when I work with typically men and women over the age of 45, 50, going older, the hardest part of starting any fitness goal or working towards any sort of objective that they have is starting. That's the initial hurdle that most people start. And the reason why is because they may have not been engaged in any form of exercise before, but what I often encourage them to do when I'm consulting with them initially, going through maybe some screening with them, is just to get them to start. That's the hardest thing, because once you start, you can see that motivation can really help them to continue because they've made that first step. Every small step that you can make, regardless of how small it is a step forward towards your desired reality, upgrading and upskilling your fitness and well-being ability. Now, you may have seen and you may have experienced it yourself before. The issue that a lot of people have is that they talk themselves out of it. They may have this current mentality that I'm too old, or I lack experience, or I've got this fear of failing. And I encourage them to stop having that mentality, put that down to a side, and start with small steps, because they will build confidence and they can help build momentum. So regardless of what that small step is, it's something like going for a 5-minute walk that can then turn into a 7-minute walk, 10-minute walk, and so on. If it's reducing or improving your diet, you don't have to do everything straight away. Make small evolutionary type steps. So it could be, for example, reducing the amount of sugar that you have in your tea. Now, it might be too difficult to reduce it from 3, as some people do, down to 0. So why not try reducing it to 2, and then from 2 to 1? Simple, small steps like that can really help you build that momentum and help to keep you motivated. So some other practical steps that you can do when it comes to building momentum and keeping that motivation. Specifically when it comes to nutrition, you could look to have a look in your current cupboard at the moment. I know at the time recording this, at the end of December going into January, we've probably got a lot of food that we've left over from the festive period. Biscuits, chips, chocolates, that kind of thing. What you can help yourself by doing is getting rid of that. As we've done, we've got some packets of food that we've got left over. We're giving them, along with toys, away to the charity shops. So is that something that you can do? Declutter your nutrition, help you make it easy. If you've got poor choice of food in your house, the likelihood is you're going to eat that poor choice of food. But if you've got better choice of food, more nutritionally valued food, more enriching choice of food in your house, you're obviously going to eat that food. Number 2, what you can also do is start small. As I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be a revolutionary change. That's where, in my experience and in my opinion, a lot of people go wrong, because 1st of January comes round and I want to see these sweeping wholesale changes, which 9 times out of 10, they're very difficult to maintain. So this is why we start with small steps. I touched on it before. Start with a 5-minute walk, then take that into 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and build up over a period of time. Same with your weights. If you've not done any sort of resistance training before, start off small. Start off with a little 3-minute routine, micro workout you've heard me talk about before. Similar to what we talk about in the Real Rejuvenation Program. And we can build on that, building your confidence and helping to build that momentum. And the other thing that you can do, which is really important, that is enlist accountability. That's one of the key benefits of working with a fitness coach or a trainer, that they can keep you accountable. And it doesn't have to be a coach. If you're not in a position to invest in a coach, it could be a friend, it could be going to classes, it could be signing up at the gym. Going to class environments can help keep you accountable, keep you on point, keep you focused, and keep you moving towards your goals. Someone that's going to check in on you, that's going to say, how's it going? Or where are you? What are you up to? Get a training buddy or a coach, or someone who's going to have your interest and going to keep you moving towards your goal. We know, and you've seen the stats yourselves, you are 75 to 79% more likely to achieve your goals when you're working with someone. So whatever your goals are, it could be financial goals or relationship goals or fitness and well-being goals. When you're working with someone that's helping to keep you accountable and ask you those hard and honest questions, you're much more likely, almost 79 or 80% more likely to achieve that. So think about how significant that is. It's a big, big difference if you try trucking along alone. I've seen it before when people come to me and ask me for my advice or want to work with me. They tell me all the frustration and the trials and the tribulations that they've encountered before, trying to forge alone by themselves. But that's what coaches do, that's what trainers help you do, that's what practitioners help you do. They help you save time, money, and energy, and making sure your efforts are concentrated in the right direction. So they help keep you accountable and save you that time, money, and energy. So number 2, remember, momentum builds motivation, and looking at introducing small steps that create those big wins. Now, they are the 2 steps or 2 reasons that I encourage you to start today and upgrade your fitness. Now we are in 2025, and I'm here to encourage you as listeners to take action. I mentioned before in the December podcast that we're looking to work with a small group of people on our Real Rejuvenation Coaching Program, which is designed for busy professionals over the age of 40, 45, going to the 50s, who want to build strength, feel confident, all without spending loads of hours in the gym. So if you come to a place on your journey that you feel that you want to start investing time in your fitness and your well-being, you want to start feeling more body confident, you want to have more all-day energy so you can produce and perform at your best without spending long hours in the gym, we'd love to hear from you. For a lot of people, they want to get themselves started, but they've bought into this narrative that they have to go to the gym all the time. I'm here to remind you that's not the case. So I'm here to offer you a free consultation where we can arrange a time, sit down and talk about you and your goals and what it is that you'd really like to see improved now that we're in this year of 2025. So I'm going to leave a link in the show notes where you can click on that link and take advantage of scheduling a call with myself, and we'll talk about you. We'll go through a 3 health appraisal to just get a blueprint, or a snapshot should I say, of where you are right now in terms of your health and what areas you could really benefit from improving and working on moving forward. The Real Rejuvenation Program, as I say, is designed for busy people who don't have the time to be going into the gym, don't want to be following crash or fad diets, who want to lose fat, want to improve their weight management, they want to build strength, they want to feel more confident, but they want to do it without the fuss and the frustration of going into that gym environment. So if that's you, I would love to hear from you. So that's it for today. That's the first podcast of 2025. I really appreciate you tuning in. As I mentioned, you can connect with me on all the normal platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I will leave all the links in the show notes, guys. So what's it going to be? Are you ready to upgrade and upskill? Remember, it's down to you. No one else is going to do it. If you want to do it, but you have to start now. Don't delay. Time that you only have is the present time. So why not take action and start upgrading your fitness and your well-being? All right. Wonderful for you to be with us again on the Real Elevation podcast in 2025. Remember to share this with your connections in your circle of influence. And until next time, remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Blessings and chi. Peace.